Fury and fear rise across U.S. as Trump's immigration enforcement intensifies. If you are interested in this, please pay attention and watch the video through to the end to get all the information. Please hit like and subscribe, and don't forget to push the notification bell for an upcoming video. After night fell on the outskirts of Los Angeles on Thursday, around 50 people clanged metal pots and blasted air horns outside a hotel in a noisy bedtime protest targeting U.S. immigration agents. The No Sleep for ICE rally underscored growing anger at Immigration and Customs Enforcement ICE, a once obscure agency that has become the focal point of President Donald Trump's migrant crackdown. They terrorize our community the entire day. Why do they get a good night's sleep? Said Nathaniel Landaverde, 23, who banged a dismantled frying pan at the protest. Dramatic images have shown federal agents, often masked and sometimes armed with assault rifles, chasing down migrants and handcuffing them at courthouses, farms, and on the streets. ICE officials have also detained some U.S. citizens for allegedly intervening in arrests, including a mayoral candidate in New York this week. The heavy-handed approach has sparked fear among immigrants and infuriated many Americans, particularly in liberal cities such as Los Angeles, where large-scale street protests erupted this month over ICE raids. If they don't sleep, they're not going to do their job effectively. They're going to get less people, added Landaverde, as passing vehicles honked in apparent support for the late-night rally. It was not certain whether ICE agents were staying at the three-star hotel, but protest organizers claimed to have photo evidence. Dozens of people danced to a deafening cacophony as they waved signs reading "No Rest for ICE" and "ICE out of LA" toward the hotel, where some guests peered through the curtains. One woman simply screamed into a megaphone. Another man wore earmuffs as he blasted distorted white noise through a speaker. They're ripping families apart, and it's horrifying to watch in my community. They can't sleep if they're going to do that here, said Juliet Austin, 22, who was playing a small blue accordion. Secret police. Trump was elected to a second term in large part for his promise to deport thousands of migrants. But alongside their aggressive tactics, critics have denounced federal immigration agents for wearing face masks to hide their identities, a highly unusual but legal practice in U.S. law enforcement. At what point will we as a nation find ourselves with secret police? Walter Olson, a senior fellow at the Cato Institute think tank, wrote last month, for the Trump administration, turning mass raids into standard practice fits into a wider effort to dodge accountability for potentially illegal and unconstitutional actions, he added. In California, lawmakers have introduced a No Secret Police Act that would restrict federal agents from wearing masks. Federal officials have rejected this criticism by claiming that agents wear masks to protect them from potential reprisals. Meanwhile, ICE has frequently boasted about its activities and posted pictures of detained migrants on social media. And it crucially still enjoys Trump's support, who last weekend praised ICE agents' incredible strength, determination, and courage. Still, anger over ICE looks unlikely to go away as long as immigration arrests continue. And protesters Thursday were adamant they would not back down. I think it's a modern Gestapo here in America, said Austin, a dance teacher. This city is not the one to mess with. We're not going to let it happen. We're not tired, she added. That is all for today in this video. What are your thoughts on this? Please let us know in the comments section below. Thanks for watching the entire video. Hopefully, the information is useful to you. See you later in the next video. Till then, take.
Fury and fear rise across US as a Trump immigration enforcement intensifies. As President Donald Trump intensifies immigration enforcement, fear and outrage are spreading across the US, especially in liberal cities like Los Angeles. Protests such as the No Sleep for ICE rally have erupted, while activists ban posts, play loud music, and chant outside locations suspected of housing immigration and customs enforcement agents. Demonstrators accuse ICE of using aggressive and intimidating tactics, including a mass and heavily armed raids, often detaining migrants in public spaces like a courthouse and farms. Even US citizens such as a New York mayor candidate have been detained for intervening. Critics liken ICE to a secret police. These hidden identities, and lack of accountability. Despite public backlash and proposed legislation like a California No Secret Police Act, ICE continues to operate with a strong support from Trump, who praises their work. Protesters warn to keep resisting what they see as a threat to immigrant communities and civil liberties in America.